Hello, welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my 7 Deadly Sins 8 standby bond deck profile. We'll start off by looking at the level 0s. I'm running 3 copies of Eskimo Master of the Tavern. It's on play. You can pay 1, put a Britannia character from the waiting room to the bottom of your clock, and then reveal look at 2 cards, and then add all the Britannia characters so we can plus you 2. I'm running 2 copies of Hawk Passion for scraps. On play, mill 2, if there's climax, give a character within her power, and when this card is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, take a hit. If you do, salvage a level 1 character in your waiting room, so it can also plus you and possibly give you power. 2 copies of Elizabeth Backup Plan. On play, choose one of your characters, get 1000 power, and has an act effect. Pay 1, put this card in the waiting room, look at top 4, grab a character. Then running 2 copies of the Meliodas Climax Swamper, because it's big. 2 copies of Bond. On play, look at top card, put it on top or in waiting room, and on reverse, reveal 3 cards and add a character. If you did, discard a card. Then 2 copies of King the Grizzly Sin of Sloth. On play, pitch a card, sack a character. If you do, salvage a character and give another character 1000 power. 2 copies of Elaine Guarding the Spring. On play, reveal top card. If it's a character, add it to hand, then discard a card. And on play, you can also discard a character to draw a card. Then bring 3 copies of Elaine Revived. Climax combo with Back from the Dead. If you have another Britannia character, choose Bond, mid-match squabble in your waiting room, return to hand. And Act Brainstorm, put 1 other character from the stage into your waiting room, rest this card, flip over 4. For each climax reveal, look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck to add 1. 4 copies of Bond, the Foxen of Greed. It's a 1/175 hand encore, your standby target. 3 copies of Live Breaking the Spell. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can pay 1 to switch with another position character as stand, and it's a early play stock bomber. 102k backup. Standby target that are level 2s. This card gets 2000 power for each other Britannia character in your center stage and has hand encore. 2 copies of your Elizabeth New Dress, which is your backup refresh backup. 2 copies of the early play Merlin, Wielder of Aldan. If you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, you can early play this and perform one of the 3 following effects. Choose a card in your hand and put it in your waiting room. If you do, put the top card of the clock in your stock, or you can choose one of your opponent's characters and return it to their hand, or you can choose one character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. Then running 2 copies of Elaine Capable Saint, assists for 2000 power. And when this card is placed on stage for hand, it heals, and you can pay to rest this card to heal again. 3 copies of your Bond, Facing Off. If continuous, if you have another Britannia character, this card gets 1000 power and hand encore. And when climax combo, during your climax phase, when this card is placed on stage from hand by the effect of in a trap climax, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1, put a Britannia character from your stage into your waiting room. If you do, stand this card and perform the following 2 effects 1 time each in any order. You may put the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck into the waiting room, and then choose 1 card in your opponent's waiting room and put it into their memory. So you can exile climax cards with this. And then 3 copies of Meliodas Internal Strife. If you have 2 or more other Britannia characters, this gets 1000 power. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand or by the auto effect of Diane believing in her friends, you may heal. And when this card attacks, you can pay 2, pitch 2 Britannia characters. If you do, this gets 2000 power and the following ability. When this card's battle becomes reversed, deal 4 damage to your opponent. So the idea is to typically you remove 2 climaxes from your opponent per game. Hopefully try for 3, and then you burn them for 4 and hit really hard with this. Though, because you're playing a standby, you're not really applying soul pressure. If there was some sort of 0/0 back row that could bounce to assign soul, then this deck might have more pressure that way early game. So 4 copies of Caught in a Trap standby for your level 0, and Back from the Dead for your level... Sorry, Caught in a Trap is for your level 3, and Back from the Dead is your level 0. And really niche, you don't really use that, you mostly use this one. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check EncoreDecks.com and a link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.